A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Shanu Jain, Assistant Professor, DME Management School, along with my co-host, Mr. Bhupender Singh Sir, Assistant Professor at DME, welcome you all to this webinar under Management Career Guidance Series on MBA at GGS IP. I take this opportunity to welcome our respected Director, Sir, Professor Ravikant Swami, Sir. We welcome you, sir. And we are also very privileged to have a very esteemed guest with us for today, that is Dr. Sanobar Khan. Ma'am is currently working as Associate Professor and Head, School of Management, Delhi Technical Campus. She holds a degree in MBA in BTech, HR, and PhD in Management. She has a certification from British Council with IELTS band score of 8.5. She carries a rich experience of more than 14 years in service, comprising of 2 years in industry and 12 years in academics. She has been awarded as the Best Faculty Award at Delhi Technical Campus. Over these years, ma'am has an exposure for dealing mentorship requirements of both Indian and foreign students. She has successfully delivered corporate trainings at reputed setups like Orlicon, HCL, and Tech India. She has written and presented many research papers at various conferences and seminars, and has also chaired sessions organized by various educational institutes, including Sharda University and Galrotia University. We welcome you to the session, ma'am. Before we begin with the session, I would like to recite a Sanskrit shloka that says, Nachor haryam, nacha raj haryam, na bhatra bhajyam, nacha bharkari. Vyaya krite vardhate nityam, vidya dhanam, sarve dhanam pradhana. Education is the best wealth among all. No one can steal it. No state can snatch it. It cannot be divided among the brothers, and it is not heavy to carry. As one consumes or spends, it increases. As one shares, it expands. So with this thought, this webinar aims at apprising you all about the various career prospects for pursuing your post-graduation, which you have at GGS IP University. To begin the session, I would like to invite our respected director, Sir Professor Dr. Ravikant Swami, to address the gathering.
Thank you, Shanu. And thank you, Bhupenderji. Welcome to Dr. Sanobar, Head of the Management School at Delhi Technical Campus. Students, all of you are in BBA final year, right? Yeah, Shanu, the students
Sir,
belong to BBA final year.
Both, sir, second and third year students we have, 2018
okay,
and 19.
So I would,
law students also, BBA
yeah, I
law
would like
students.
to specifically talk with the students of BBA final year. Students, in our life, there are many crossroads, and yes, we also call them turning points, because those crossroads, it's like this. You have to decide which way to go. So one turning point came in your life when after 12th you decided to pursue a graduation in management. There were various options available. You could have done BCom or BA or BSc or anything, but you chose BBA. So what's the difference between BCom, BSc, BA on one hand and BBA on the other hand? There is a difference that BBA is a professional course, while the remaining I named are academic courses. And there is a difference between an academic course and a professional course. And the difference is an academic course provides you knowledge, while a professional course provides you knowledge, how to apply that, the skills and the corporate ready attitude. So you took a right decision after your 12th and you decided to pursue BBA. Now, my dear friends, you are approaching towards another crossroads, or in a way, another turning point is approaching in your life, and that is what to do after graduation. So again, there are two options. Students of BBA final years, I can tell you there are two options. Rather, there are two schools of thought. One school of thought is the Western school of thought, another is the Eastern. As we say, the Occidental and the Oriental. Oriental means Eastern, Occidental is Western. What is, let us try to understand what are these two approaches, because you need to, means either of these two approaches, either of these two schools of thought, you are going to subscribe to. So, one school of thought is the Western school of thought. It says, my son, my daughter, you have done BBA, be on your own now. So what the Western approach says is that after BBA, join a job, after a professional course, join a job, earn for yourself, don't ask for money to your parents, and then whatever you want to do, MBA or MTech or whatever you want to do, you do, but earn and then go for further studies. The Western approach. But my dear students, we live in India and the Oriental approach is very simple. It says, first complete your education, then go for a job. Now, you have two options after BBA. Either you can join a job. Yes, DME has very good placements. I believe around 18 companies visited the campus even during COVID. And these companies include Amazon, NIIT, and whatnot. That is one option for you. But then the other option is that I complete my education. After BBA, I go for MBA. And after MBA, I go for a job. I will not say which school of thought is better. I should not be judgmental. So it is up to you. My job is to tell you that these are the two options available. Yes, if you want to go for the second option, if you want to pursue your MBA, the typical Oriental approach, the Eastern approach, parents say, oh my son, why are you worrying for money? You continue, you complete your education and then think of job. I am here to provide you your fee. While the Westerners say, no, now be on your own. So we live in India. Our approach is that first we complete education. So for you, doing MBA is one option, joining job is another option. Now, coming to this webinar, we are here to talk about the Oriental option, the Eastern option, the Indian option, which says complete your education and then worry about the job. So in case you want to do your MBA, we are here to guide you. Now, talking about MBA, yes, we all are MBAs today speaking here. Now, I can tell you that for doing MBA, many options are available. One is a typical the PGDBM approach, another is MBA. Well, the difference between PGDBM and MBA is a long story. I'm not going to talk right here. Dr. Sonobari is waiting for her beautiful speech. Now, if you want to pursue MBA, obviously the world is full of universities and colleges, but yes, GGS IPU has got its own place in this country. It's a NAC A-graded university. And then when I talk about Delhi Technical Campus, there are several added advantages. And a major advantage is that Delhi Technical Campus offers a special scholarship to the students who have completed their BBA from DME. Because DTC, Delhi Technical Campus, is our sister concern, so it offers a special scholarship as well. So all those things, Dr. Sanovar is going to talk with you. For the present, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for creating the right kind of platform for the day. As I start out, I really thank Director Sir for creating the real picture in front of you, dear students. And all sincere thanks to Sir's team, backed up by Dr. Purva, Ms. Shanu Jain, and the IT team in full swing, which helped me do, the talk today. So, dear students, there's a small presentation which I want to put across to you to prove a point that why you should be thinking about your career and what is the exact alignment you should catch for your career as of now. So I'm just sharing the presentation with you. 1 second. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, ma'am, it's very much
Tanu ma'am,
visible.
is it there? Okay,
Yes,
thank you so much, ma'am. So today we'll be talking about MBA in particular, and MBA in domain of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. So students, you're at a point very rightly said by sir, where you have to do your decision making once again. Usually this scenario appears at a very ignited form once you appear for your class 12 and you choose a career, you do your decision making. That's a crossroad, very well said by our director, sir. Once you're through with that, you feel that you're on a road. And yes, students, you did catch a track somewhere down the lane. However, it is time again for you to fetch the final track before you enter the corporate world. That is how I would like to put it across to you. You're very fortunate that your educational setup, Delhi Metropolitan Education, is providing you job offers, job opportunities, even in this scenario of COVID. However, dear students, another track other than getting jobs would be to pursue another degree, to be a postgraduate, and to move ahead towards the corporate world, to actually earn the real benefits of the corporate world and the managerial positions in the corporate world. So I guess I've made my point here as to what I want to reflect to you today. So children, as I move across, I would want to highlight to you these industries which are the ones which will recruit you or from where you will be having job requirements in times ahead. Let's say travel and tourism. You could talk of multimedia and entertainment, retail industry in particular, let's say, the IT sector, the banking sector, the healthcare sector, aviation sector, name of the sectors which you have in mind, and I've tried to link them with what we require there to be in a professional course already. Fortunately, as Director Sir said, has been a good enough job done by you. Now, endorsement of a PG degree would add glamour to your degree which you're pursuing now. And once you reach out these industries after that, you will be able to get the right kind of growth prospects. You will have the right kind of managerial positions. So, dear students, why it is very important to orient the youth of today is because by 2030, India has clearly had survey reports reflecting its maximum growth possible through its youth. So who is that youth? That youth is none other than you. So we are actually going to be aligning ourselves. We as a nation are going to be aligning ourselves in terms of the power we have, the skill we have through our youth. So what are the basic benefits of enrolling to MBA after a BBA? I'm sure as of now, you all must be sitting confused. You must be in a situation, some of you must be in a situation of being anxious too about what to do, how to catch on to the right track, how to get the dream job you've been looking for, etc., etc. Dear students, let me first reflect to you that BBA builds a background for you. It creates a foundation, education in the business domain, in the management and business sector. It creates the right kind of platform which you need The base is built up through the 3 years which you spend in your BBA, and you certainly do develop your basics in terms of domains like accounting, human resource management, business law, business economics, to name a few. So your platform is very well created already. However, to endorse it further with the right kind of requirements for the corporate sector, you have to have a postgraduate degree. And let's see how you can go about it. A postgraduate degree, let's say in finance or in marketing, or let's say in IB, human resource management, what benefit does it do? Ma'am, do they have any specializations in their BBA, Shanu ma'am?
No, ma'am. Well, ours is a BBA general course which we have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shanu ma'am, for helping me there. So basically, kids, now I'm sure you'll be able to link to what I'm going to talk to you about. Being there was good enough. Now creating a niche for yourself is what you require to do. By now, I'm sure you must have realized or you must have found out for yourself what exactly you have interest in. Could be financing for you, or could be marketing, let's say international business or human resource management, whatever domain you want to particularly talk of, or why should I neglect IT for that matter at all. So if it is about banking being your interest, I would highly recommend that banking, insurance, mutual fund industries, stock markets, financial consulting, these are the domains which you will pick up further about in terms of pursuing an MBA with a specialization in a particular stream. For that matter, let's say if it's a finance specialization which you look out for, you could be having specialization in finance and reaching out for banking, insurance, and financial consultings. Talking of the other domains, some of us might probably be interested not in finance, but in marketing. So for them, there could be a scope of them developing their right kind of, niche through gaining the specialized degree in terms of having knowledge of market strategies, consumer trends, product management, to name a few. There are n number of domains which can be created, and as you know, in the present era, it is a complete mix and match world. So basically, this is how your MBA could benefit you. A BBA has created the platform. Now flourish it further, create a niche by reaching out to your area of interest. Could be finance, marketing, or international business for that matter. Some of you might be looking out for reaching out at different nations and being established in those countries. So you could be studying international business through management, and you could be dealing in foreign exchange management, which actually could be possible for you to reach out to your dreams. The international business degree or the specialization via the MBA could also be helpful in dealing in affairs related to exports and imports, which is again a very, very exciting domain for people who have interest in the international business. Talking of human resource management, uh, you know, if there is an MBA degree with the specialization of human resource management, one could look out for being the change agent in the present era. See, students, I'm sure by whatever you look around you, by now you must have realized that anything and everything can be related to only one fact, that permanency is in change. The only thing permanent in the corporate sector is change. So the human resource management degree helps helps gain expertise in change management, in scenarios of mergers and acquisitions, or for that matter, let's talk of COVID. In this present era of COVID, it was an absolute unforeseen situation, and the HR teams aligned the online processes, and immediately the companies were back on flow. So basically, if you have an expertise, you develop an expertise, these are the career prospects which would help you. Then employee relations management, recruitments and selections, these aspects go without saying in terms of HR. One needs to have sound communication skills and leadership qualities which you will be imbibing through your degree in management. So basically, how exactly MBA complements a BBA degree? As I said, let's pick out point wise so that it does some kind of, listing in your mind. A BBA is a platform. Reaching out to MBA would help you give yourself a finishing touch with a better understanding and skills being acquired, which you actually require further after your BBA degree. BBA graduates actually have access usually to entry level positions in corporate sectors, and their growth opportunities get maximized as and when they pursue an MBA degree, which is the post graduation level in management. So pursuing a management degree or a post graduation management degree, MBA, gives right kind of exposure and exposure in terms of the nuances of the corporate sector and in-depth knowledge of the subjects which the students find of their interest. The pay packages and the salaries get adjusted according to the level which you reach. Actually, after a postgraduate degree, the platforms created at the corporate sector are definitely of greater significance. The managerial abilities which sharpen out after BBA as well are further enhanced or backed up or charmed further by the MBA degree which you will be pursuing if you choose to do that. And the managerial positions can very easily be reached out for. What are the exact benefits of an MBA? So, my dear students, MBA actually creates further self-confidence, builds credibility because it is the post-graduation level education and it's a professional education at post-graduation level. The skill transformation also certainly happens while pursuing an MBA. Usually there is a practice at my institute that at the time of onset of your journey in your MBA, your videos are recorded in terms of your thoughts on management. And, at the end of the course, another video, 2 years down the lane, a series of videos are recorded. And by the end of the course, you realize the transformation you yourself have gone through. There is more reflection. There's a clear reflection of higher degree of leadership, critical thinking and analytical skills being enhanced. There is add-on to creativity and communication as well, right? So communication skills and creativity get sharpened out further. Strategic thinking is developed. So students through role plays, through case studies, through various corporate exposures in terms of internships, the projects which they deal in during the course, they are made to learn to think out of the box. Now the question is, my dear students, why should you choose IP? Particularly talking of MBA degree through GGS IPU, I would want to highlight to you here that Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University has a credential in terms of educational setup. It has been accredited A grade by NAAC, which in itself is an achievement for any university or for any educational setup. It has been ranked among the top 21 universities by MHRD 2020, and it has also been ranked amongst top 10 institutes and universities in NIRF, counting 2016, and it has been maintained since then. Now, after I've briefed you about this, it is time for you to understand the admission process at MBA GGS IPU. My dear students, I would suggest that you pull out your pens and notebook and make a note of what I'm talking about, because this is going to be of use to you. If you have to apply for MBA at Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, the eligibility criteria is that you have to have any recognized 3-year or more bachelor's degree course in any discipline with a minimum of 50% marks in aggregate. That is one criteria. Or a bachelor's degree even in engineering and technology or any other subject with a minimum of 50% marks in aggregate, or any qualifying recognized equivalent bachelor's degree program with a minimum of 50 as an aggregate. So this is how you can first and foremost understand that your eligibility begins. Once you know that you have this, which is the bare minimal, I'm sure you all are bright kids and you are at such a bright institute, your caliber is way above a 50%. And once you have that, the admission process for 2020 is what I want to list out here, because the admission process for 2021 is yet to be reflected out at the website. Nevertheless, there is usually a repetition of the procedures. Let's talk of how the admissions were done in 2020. So the entry point for GGS IPU is usually through common admission test, the CAT exam, which is conducted by Indian Institute of Management, that is IIM. And for this year, it was held in November 2020, right? So if you have appeared for that, which will be applicable for 2021 as well, you could be getting an admission in GGS University. Now, the question is that students, you do not necessarily have to have any kind of high degree of percentile. You just have to have appeared for the CAT exam, and that is one of the criteria. Else, you could have been a candidate for CMAT. That is another national level test held for managerial, institutions. And for 2021, it was already conducted in February. So if you have appeared in any of these, you could be possibly eligible for IP. However, if you've not appeared for these, there is no problem at all. You could still be going out for an MBA from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University through CET exam, that is the common entrance test for getting admissions. And the procedure is that you register online with your details and you get an exam date. In this COVID era, the previous year, we had an online registration process. The students appeared for exams and then their ranks were given out. On the basis of ranks, the colleges are allotted within the domain of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. Now, these are some important links, students, which you can refer to for your admissions at IP. I am talking of the main website of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, which is the first listing in my slide here. The second one is the IIM CAT, the common app, the test which you have to take for the qualifying scenario if you want to come through CAT. Then CMAT link has also been shared for you for your reference. Now, if you have to consider MBA at all, I would definitely want to highlight the features available at Delhi Technical Campus, which is a sister concern, which is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, and it is an A grade college from IP. So let's have a look at a small video giving you an idea of the life at Delhi Technical Campus.
Welcome aboard to the world of education. Delhi Technical Campus, Greater Noida.
Shana ma'am, is the audio clear?
Yes, ma'am. It's very much
There?
clear. Yes, ma'am. Or both audio video.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, where education is all about learning by doing. The institute has been ranked 8th by Times of India ratings as an emerging institute of engineering. The management of Delhi Technical Campus has sound experience in the field of education. Its sister concerns DWPS, Mayur School Noida, and Delhi Metropolitan Education, which offers courses in law, management, and journalism, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, are educational setups of repute which give Delhi Technical Campus an upper edge. Courses at Delhi Technical Campus are delivered to make the students future ready to achieve the same vision of emerging as a leading and trustworthy institution of higher education that provides an intellectually stimulating environment. Delhi Technical Campus has its mission as to become excellent and relevant education setup to groom socially conscious leaders, entrepreneurs, and managers of tomorrow. Delhi Technical Campus seeks to emerge as a preferred destination for technical education among students and faculty members. The institute has been graded A from the audit team of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University since past 4 years. The main features of Delhi Technical Campus include full-time experienced and qualified faculty to cater to and mentor students. To keep students abreast with the latest in their field, there are 9 active research centers at Delhi Technical Campus. Delhi Technical Campus has an active placement cell which provides 100% assistance in internships and placements of its students. The institute is a place where overall growth of students is looked after in a planned and systematic manner. Delhi Technical Campus is a destination which refers to day-to-day activities in a planned manner to bring about success to its students. Education here is a process of imparting skills, knowledge, values in a formal setting and then evaluating students' knowledge to check their progress. We have many students making successful ventures in becoming employers of tomorrow. The BTech program at Delhi Technical Campus is designed to produce the most flexible minds to take on the challenges of the future. We create future technology leaders. BCA is a professional course at Delhi Technical Campus, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, which imparts computer skills and knowledge about real-life situations from IT industries. We provide knowledge on DBMS, web development, networking, and operating systems, to name a few. BCA is best for an early start in the field of software or web development. At Delhi Technical Campus, we provide a promising and futuristic architecture program. Our focus is on emerging trends in architecture like sustainability, conservation, contemporary architecture, landscaping, city planning, and urban design. School of Hotel Management and Catering Technology provides a strong foundation in professional hospitality education, synergically linked with market needs and trends of today. Delhi Technical Campus is proud of its lush green campus spread over 5 acres of land, where students are groomed to the needs of future. State-of-the-art laboratories, library, dining hall, auditorium make the campus an enriching experience, taking care of every need students have while providing a holistic growth approach to their lives. The Da Vinci Auditorium, with a seating capacity of 400 plus, is a cultural and educational hub of the college, where activities like conferences, seminars, workshops, and placement drives, along with all events of student societies, are carried out on a regular basis. The venue adds to the glamour of farewell party and freshers party, the two main events of each batch at Delhi Technical Campus. The campus has a well-stocked and spacious library with a large number of comfortable seating arrangements. It is a highly valued educational resource for the institute and its students along with faculty members. The library has more than 25,000 books and various national and international journals. There is abundance of e-resource for one and all at the digital platform of the library. The Delhi Technical Campus on-campus boarding facility, separate for boys and girls, is a home away from home. Students learn sharing with peer group to the best by spending quality time at Delhi Technical Campus. The campus has a well-equipped gymnasium for ensuring the fitness after rigorous routines of day-to-day classes. In hours of need, when facing unforeseen situations like COVID-19 of late, when normal functioning of the institute gets affected, Delhi Technical Campus has, and with its own ERP platform, Call for regular lectures via Zoom, Cisco WebEx, Google Meet, which are some of the free online tools and applications. Lectures became possible in hours of need, ensuring no cost on students. Life at Delhi Technical Campus is to go beyond bookish knowledge and truly educate students through a wide range of learnings and experiences. We have fully active student societies that encourage students to learn, practice, and gather maximum from their day-to-day activities. There is indeed never a dull day at Delhi Technical Campus. To give a change and for energy refuel, Delhi Technical Campus provides a platform via its canteen for informal interaction amongst the students. Canteen within the premises of Delhi Technical Campus caters to healthy lifestyle of its students. The calendar at Delhi Technical Campus ensures abundance of music, dance, art, and festivities all round the year. Student societies and clubs undertake a comprehensive development of students encompassing extracurricular and co-curricular activities of both technical and cultural nature. The sports person inside you need not be on sleep mode. Delhi Technical Campus places great emphasis on fostering all components of healthy living in students. Our sports activities like cricket, football, basketball, badminton are testimony to versatility of the institute. Several medals and awards at national and university level have been won by our students. DTC has footprints of eminence at its campus.
At this point, I would want to pitch in here that the basic exposure which you get through your career prospects, get developed through your education at Delhi Technical Campuses through these events which you organize in the form of conferences, seminars, workshops, webinars. We at Delhi Technical Campus, it is very important to highlight to you, make you learn by doing things yourself. So every conference which is organized is actually a byproduct of all efforts put in by our students. So basically the planning, the execution, the coordination is all through the students under the mentorship of the faculty members at Delhi Technical Campus. The School of Management in particular wants the students to get the idea of managerial skills, to grasp the managerial skills by organizing different aspects. Now, if you can see here in these images, a very productive effort of our students is being reflected here. A conference, a seminar, every aspect of an event, whichever event you name, is handled by the students. So learning by doing aspect comes into picture very clearly and very evidently here.
Welcome aboard to the world of education. When campus has a well-stocked its students along with the library. Key platform for its Google Meet, which are some of the free online tools and applications, lectures became possible in hours of need, ensuring no cost on students through a wide range. There is a canteen for festivities all round the of Delhi Technical Campus caters to healthy lifestyle of its students. The calendar at Delhi Technical Campus ensures abundance of music, dance, sound experience and expertise and applications, lectures became possible in hours of need, ensuring no cost on students Life at Delhi Technical Campus is to go beyond bookish knowledge and truly educate students through a wide range of learnings and experiences. We have fully active student societies that encourage students to learn, practice, and gather maximum from their day-to-day activities. There is indeed never a dull day at Delhi Technical Campus. To give a change and for energy refuel, Delhi Technical Campus provides a platform via its canteen for informal interaction amongst the students, art and festivities all round the year. Student societies and clubs undertake a comprehensive development of
It is very
students
important to highlight
encompassing
here that the co-curricular and extracurricular activities are very well looked after by the student societies and clubs which flourish at Delhi Technical Campus. All courses which run at Delhi Technical Campus have their own clubs and societies. Now, we have categorized societies into technical section as well as cultural section. So within the technical section, all the co-curricular activities happen. For management, we have the Management Students Society, which organizes all conferences, workshops, seminars, webinars on a regular basis. And the idea is to make students abreast with the organizational skills of today and to hone their communication skills. The strategization part of the event is looked after by the students. So I'm sure you will understand how learning by doing can be incorporated very conveniently in an educational
extracurricular and co-curricular activities of both technical and cultural nature. The sports person inside you need not be on sleep mode. Delhi Technical Campus places great emphasis on fostering all components of healthy living in students. Our sports activities like cricket, football, basketball, badminton are testimony to versatility of the institute. Several medals and awards at national and university level have been won by our students. DTC has footprints of eminence at its campus. All the experts who visited the campus and have graced several occasions in the form of conferences, seminars, and workshops at Delhi Technical Campus are none other than these experts who have sound experience and expertise in their own areas. The interactions with these experts made learning and imbibing the best and the latest possible for all students. Incorporating the concept of value-based education, DTC runs its own Community Connect program for imbibing human values in its students so that they learn to serve the society for inclusive growth. Some of our Community Connect initiatives include blood donation camp, old age home visit to Titliya, an NGO, School Connect program at Delhi Technical Campus is one of its own kind. This activity was set up with the intention to bridge the gap between school and college life. Our School Connect initiative includes experiencing a day at university campus, drone workshops, career counseling sessions, and overall experience of a day at Delhi Technical Campus as a student even before you become one. Delhi Technical Campus gives full attention to soft skill courses like Connect with Work for raising the employability index of its students. There are several workshops on interview skills on a regular basis. There are several Corporate Connect programs conducted within the campus to give experience to its students of the industries of today. Our top recruiters are IBM, Wipro, HCL, Capgemini, Infosys, Byju's, Accenture, and Cognizant. The highest package of 15 lakhs was secured by Kumar Anurag at Thomson Press from Delhi Technical Campus. In the selections, the students have secured packages of 12 to 10 lakhs per annum on an average. Delhi Technical Campus promotes interaction with industry and student research and development activities at its campus. In this regard, the institute has signed several MOUs with leading industries of today. This ensures that students are constantly updated with current industry standards and are better equipped to face the working world of tomorrow. The students of Delhi Technical Campus have brought several laurels to the institute. The campus is a hub of activities leading to some major achievements in its course of day-to-day learnings. DTC has been at a winning position at the IP Annual Fest Anugunj. DTC students participated and won at go-kart competition and EFFI cycle conducted by SAE India at Lovely Professional University. DTC is making efforts to keep the admission process at its destination simple and fast with friendly learning, user-friendly process of effective support using multiple channels like live chats, emails, phones and WhatsApp, online counseling sessions and webinars, online interviews using Zoom and Google Meet, safe and easy campus visits, online campus virtual tour, pre-booking of seats for admission. Delhi Technical Campus is all about fulfillment, innovativeness, creativity. Knowledge is the process which leads to ladder of success. Here at Delhi Technical Campus, we enlighten the future. Welcome aboard to the world of...
I will just reshare, ma'am, because it is not getting done without me resharing. Just 1 minute.
Sure, sure.
Yes. So students, now what I need to deliver to you is that how exactly is the management course MBA run at the School of Management at Delhi Technical Campus. So we follow the KSA model here, that is knowledge, skills, and attitude. All three are worked upon through the efforts made by the team collectively. So if you can clearly see here in the diagrammatic representation, skills, attitude, and knowledge have been put together. Every aspect in terms of your syllabi coverage, in terms of the activities related to the School of Management, you learn reasoning, you learn communication, you learn interpersonal skills as you work out the activities in a group, you do some goal setting for yourself. So these are the aspects which sharpen out the skills of the students. And mind you, these are some of the skills which I'm highlighting. Obviously, there is plenty more to do. attitude of the students is varied and worked upon professionally. There is incorporation of self-motivation, self-confidence. Once the responsibility is given out to students, they feel motivated, they have that inner zeal to perform, that self-motivation comes into picture, self-confidence gets enhanced. The integrity part is definitely very important to highlight here, because the trust factor between the inception of any program and the implementation or successful completion is what is achieved. So that integrity is very much intact there in terms of attitude. There is commitment developed among students by creating deadlines, by creating professional attitude amongst the managers of tomorrow. Optimism and coexistence is what is actually worked upon here, working with and for everyone. And certainly, last but not the least, the knowledge which has to be grasped, which has to be gathered in terms of the theory, the facts, figures, the concepts, the descriptions is all kept intact. Now, highlighting in particular the syllabi, which you have to adhere to. There are certain core papers in the form of MPOB, that is Management Practices and Organizational Behavior, Decision Sciences, which is more about developing analytical skills of the graduates and who are going to be postgraduates in times to come. So the interpretation, the understanding of all analytical aspects is developed through the study of a subject known as decision sciences. The managerial economics creates a platform for the students to develop an understanding of the economic aspects related to any business, accounting, IT basics, business communication, and the legal implications through legal aspects of business. They're all the core or the basic papers which every student has to study in their first year. As the student moves to his or her second year, there is a concept of choosing out specializations, which helps in creating a niche for one's own self. So dual specialization is actually possible in terms of students selecting out 2 domains for themselves. Could be out of finance, human resource, marketing, international business, information technology, to highlight a few, okay? And every student has to pick out one major out of these and one minor. The idea is that the student has raised chances, of higher degree of employability aspects available through specialization in 2 different aspects. So basically, MBA students specializing, let's say, for instance, in a combination of human resource management as a major and finance as a minor, would be one set of electives which the students would study, and the job prospects would be such that both in HR and finance, there is availability of jobs. The teaching approach is highly practical. It is experiential learning, which is highlighted at Delhi Technical Campus. Now, I just want you to understand very clearly that basically application-based learning takes place here. We have role plays, we have presentations, we have thorough reviews of case studies in class. I don't know how much you're aware of case studies or not, but the idea is to pick out happenings in the real corporate world, and to analyze, interpret, and develop learning out of those scenarios in the form of case studies. So lectures backed up with case studies, backed up with any kind of videos, e-lectures, they all happen collectively to develop the right kind of knowledge for the post-graduation level. There is continuous, schedule of seminars, conferences, workshops. The industry academia interactions happen on a regular basis. In fact, we have tie-ups with several companies, which I'll be reflecting to you in slides ahead, where you'll understand how students actually, develop a clear picture about what the industry expects from them. There is obviously a provision of internships and the summer placements, which help students work as apprentices, and they gain knowledge in a domain or in a sector which they want to get into before they actually get hired in those sectors, or before they actually get absorbed in those sectors. There is a regular, there is a regular schedule of group discussions. There are business plan competitions. Research work is promoted on a regular basis. Mock interviews are conducted, and the aptitude development tests are conducted on a regular basis, keeping in mind the requirements of the recruitment scenario at the corporate sector in terms of jobs at managerial positions. So this is how we work. Your problem-solving skills, your decision-making abilities are enhanced and sharpened out. And certainly, it is a platform which helps in brushing yourself to the utmost. The collaborations for the industry academia interface, which I was reflecting to you, have been listed here. You could reach out to any of these firms through Delhi Technical Campus for your internships. We've had students at these reputed setups, Oracle, AWS, then ICT Academy has taken our students for project plans and for strategization and marketing divisions. So there is abundance available if you actually reach out for an MBA at Delhi Technical Campus through IP. A good display of the companies which you could be hired at in times to come has been put across. You can see all big names here. I assure you that if you would highlight the job prospects, Infosys, HCL, Excite, Hyundai, to name a few, TCS, these are the firms which have picked out our students at the managerial positions. And it has been a wonderful experience for our students also working with these corporate sectors. We've had selections at, Nokia, Motorola, Samsung. So it is a well-placed situation in terms of the placement scenario at Delhi Technical Campus. We have a well intact training and placement cell at our campus, and tomorrow is entirely dedicated. Tomorrow's session is entirely dedicated for your understanding of the career prospects in MBA. Nevertheless, I would want to highlight the placements at MBA at Delhi Technical Campus. We have had sound placements at ICICI Bank, and 5 of our students got selected, out of which 4 got real reputed positions as a start on. We've had selections at real high positions in EXL. One of our students, Sumit Rani, got selected at a package of 12 lakhs per annum. We've had another student from MBA who got selected for Tommy Hilfiger, and this was actually This was actually an opportunity which was given to our students through Delhi Technical Campus Training and Placement Cell. So what I'm trying to highlight to you here is that, dear students, it is sincerely worked upon that our students reach out to the best. We've had selections at OPPO, we've had selections at Carvi. All of these selections actually helped students realize what they actually wanted to accomplish. I would say that their dreams turned into reality through the placements which they achieved through us. One of our students got selected in GenPack too, and he created a platform for others to join in, which was a wonderful experience once again for the department and for the training and placement cell. And sincerely, students, all this is possible because we have regular rounds of mock interviews, we have drills, we have group discussions, we have case studies, we have aptitude development classes on a regular basis at the campus. I would want to highlight to you that some of the top placements which we have at our campus have been at Thomson Press with a package of 12 to 15 lakhs per annum for candidates. We've had IBM selecting out our candidates. We've had Infosys picking out our kids. So you can understand how the training placement cell works. All in all, I would just want to say to you that it is not that knowing is enough. We must apply the knowledge, and just being in a will to do something is not enough, dear students. We must carry out the will. We must do what we actually intend to do. So this is what I wanted to talk to you about in particular as of now. And Shanu ma'am, do you know if Kritika has been able to join us or not?
She's been trying a little, so there is some issue which is correcting. So probably we can have her with us tomorrow for the tomorrow session.
If you suggest that, ma'am, probably we can do it tomorrow if you say that. Because
yes, ma'am, because she's not been able to join because of some inadvertent last minute error which has occurred in. So we can have her tomorrow. So students, there is an alumni talk which has been scheduled. An alumni, MBA alumnus from DTC wanted to share her experience with you. So we are waiting for another 1 minute if she's able to join in, else we can have the interaction tomorrow. So up to yes,
Shanu ma'am, if you allow me, I will just contact her. If I
sure,
could just contact her, and in the meanwhile, I will just students connect to her and get back to you, because I wanted our students to reach out to you to talk to you about what the expectations of the corporate world are from you. So just a while before I get back to you, I'll put myself on mute and connect to you.
Meanwhile, students, if you have any questions, you may write to us regarding any questions which you have about MBA process at GGS IP University. You may write to us in the chat box. We'll take it up with now.
Ma'am, she has joined through one of her colleagues, and the name is Nirmal Sharma. So if you could just allow her to speak to the students, it would be wonderful.
Sure, ma'am.
Will you keep your camera on as well, Bacha? Okay.
Kritika, you may now you can unmute
You can
yourself
talk now, Kritika. Yeah, you can unmute yourself and talk now, Kritika.
Hi everyone, myself Kritika. Good afternoon, ma'am. How are you?
Good afternoon, Kritika. Very nice seeing you. And I can understand that I held you back in a busy schedule, and really thankful to you for being able to join us today. I thank Shanu ma'am as well for coordinating for us.
Hi, ma'am. So let's start with me. So I had done a delay. So sorry for that. So I admitted in MBA with DTC, and that was a great exposure there with every teacher. You can say Sanover ma'am. Well, what I can say, I can't say, and there is no words for her. So I think that MBA is important for everyone. So basically, it's a degree course. So we can get a degree. And what I helped in, what was my, you can say, career growth was there. So I joined Grow firstly as a CRM for my internship part. So I did 3 months of internship from Grow First, but yes, it was a great help from MBA part as well. I did my MBA from HR. I did my MBA from HR and marketing. So that was a great exposure there. Then I switched my profile to HR just because I was keen to join HR part. So I started my career from HR from I Energizer, that's in Noida, Sector 60. So I started as a HR executive over there. That was my first step to a career. And I joined into recruitment team. So being as a HR, there are so many things we need to handle. Like you can say recruitment part, then salary negotiation. You have so many things to talk to people and coordinating things. And what I can say is,
Kritika, you may
am I
switch off your you may switch off your video, dear, because there is some the connectivity at your end is a little staggered. So you may switch off your video. Probably that can improve the connection.
so am I audible now?
Yes, you are very much audible. Please continue.
So I was talking about my first step to the career growth. After that, what I can say, I had a growth in terms of my designation and in terms of monetary growth as well. I joined another company.
Kritika, it
Yes,
would be very important if you highlight that what was the backup of MBA in whatever positions you achieved? How did MBA help you in that?
so as far as MBA is concerned, it was helpful in many ways. As I can say, I had to manage things, right? And there were subjects of managing in MBA. So I learned from there the performance cycle as well. So the course which is there in MBA helped me in my growth.
That is what I was trying to endorse as well. Child, that and the activities which you carry out at MBA, which you conduct at MBA, are of great help in terms of getting your organizational skills right, getting your managerial skills right.
Managing skills,
Do
right?
you agree to that, Kritika? Do you
Yes,
think
ma'am.
that is what you gained out of here?
Yeah. And I think I was very much into the events coordination and everything. And I learned from
Yes.
MBA only.
Yes, that is what I mean. We've had brilliant batches in the past as well, and I really appreciate the fact that you have reached whatever domain you wanted to
Yes.
ultimately,
That
finally.
that was just because of you all only. What we
No,
have,
no,
where
no,
I
child.
am right now is just because of that.
No, child. You have a brilliant caliber, and we just try to groom you according to the skills. So, anything else you want to add on to your talk, Kritika?
I can add on a little bit about MBA, that if yes, we are a part of MBA, so whatever we learn in MBA or whatever in practical knowledge we have in MBA is helpful in the future terms.
All right, all right. That is what it is. That is what I was also trying to highlight. So, students, I'm sure you're getting an idea of exactly how the career advancement takes place once you pursue a degree, a professional degree in the form of a post graduation. Your BBA, like I said, has created. Kritika, am I right that BBA creates a platform and MBA creates the final niche for that platform? Do you think
Yeah,
I'm right?
yeah, I agree with your point.
So that is what it is. And thank you so much, Kritika, for endorsing everything and sharing with your peer group. I would call the BBA students your peer group, because you are addressing the fraternity, the student peer group, which will learn from what you have actually gathered out of your education. So it is really, really nice to have you here. Thank you so much, child, and bless you always. Take care. So that is about it, Shanu ma'am. If any of them wants to ask any questions, if you think they have any questions, I would be more than glad to address to any kind of queries related to, the session we held today for them.
Yes, dear students, please, if you have any questions, you may ask them, you may write it in the chat box, or you may
Sure.
raise your hand. I'll unmute you for that. Okay, so I have got one question, ma'am.
That's nice.
Student wants to know that how do we select the specializations?
Oh, okay.
What to keep in mind when we select?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, selecting out, what's the name of the child, ma'am? Any idea?
The question has been raised by ma'am. Actually, the student's name.
Okay, child, whosoever of you asked, this is a very important question. And I want to put this answer to every one of us here. See, the specialization selection actually has to be oriented by 3 to 4 things, I feel. The first and foremost, I would say, is what your area of interest happens to be. Because see, if you do something in which you have interest, you would probably be able to stand out from the crowd. So first and foremost, your personal interest. Secondly, I advise you to go through the demand of the market as well. See, ultimately, a degree is the route towards our dream jobs or our dream careers. That's how I would put it across. So you have to be sure of what the market scenario is like. Our dream jobs need to be aligned to the market scenario to be able to achieve the right kind of benefits. So I would say that it is very important for you to first look for your interest, second for the demand of the market, third for the advances or the growth patterns in each sector. See, for example, I will give you one real genuine example here. In the present scenario, clubbing up a marketing or a finance or an HR with IT degree would be wonderful, because the specialization of IT is of great utility in this era of online life. That's how I would call it, the new normal. So you have to keep abreast with the latest in the fields of management and match them with your interest to be able to reap the best possible benefits. Right? I hope I've put it across in the right way. Ma'am, any other question which you've come across?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that is so nice. So thank you so much for your coordination, Shanu ma'am. And I really thank all the students of Delhi Metropolitan Education for hearing out so patiently and for interacting, by creating a question which was very relevant for you to know. Tomorrow's session would actually be more about what you asked right now. What are the specializations? What are the job prospects? What is the placement opportunity scenario like in terms of MBAs? So let's close out for the day, and let's catch on tomorrow on whatever is left today. If that's okay with you, Shana ma'am.
Yes, absolutely, ma'am. So before we close, we would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to you for sparing your valuable time and enlightening the students about the future prospects.
I really can't thank you and Purva ma'am enough, along with your director, sir, for whatever support and whatever coordination we've had. And I look forward to it in times ahead. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. All the best, dear students, and hope. And let's meet tomorrow for getting it more informative for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Dear students, tomorrow also we have a session wherein we will have ma'am and two more guests joining us for the session wherein we will be talking about the career specializations which you can have when you're picking up your MBA at post-graduation level.
Correct,
So
ma'am.
please join in tomorrow at 3 p.m. The relevant links will be shared with you shortly. Also, there is an attendance form which has been shared in the chat box. Do fill the attendance come feedback form. I would take this moment to thank the management, the HOD ma'am, Dr. Purva Ranjan ma'am, all the dignitaries at DTC, Dr. Sanobar Khan ma'am, and Bhupender sir for this session, and obviously to all you students for enthusiastically participating in the session. So,
Thank you, ma'am. Have a
thank
good
you,
day.
ma'am. Okay,
Bye.
good day, ma'am. Please copy in the attendance form and fill it at the earliest. The link is open for another 5 to 10 minutes. A very good day to all of you. Thank you for joining in the session.